Hello scholars. Today we are going to continue with our Geography chapter 8, Human Environment, Settlements, Transport and Communication. In the previous video, we have discussed about human settlements and types of transport, railways and roadways. Today we are going to study about waterways. Waterways or water transport is the cheapest means of transport in the whole world. It is used to conduct any sort of international trade among the countries and even trade within the country. Water transport is mostly used for the transportation of heavy and bulky goods. And even many of the people nowadays prefer to go for a water journey. Water transport is generally used for long distances. And even the people, those who are nature lovers, or those who love to see the scenic beauty of our country, they enjoy to travel by water transport. Or we can say the people, those who are interested in spending some time on beaches, they prefer or they enjoy water transport, and it is a tourist attraction too. Nowadays many of the boats and ships are mechanized, which has enabled even water transport in a faster manner. Waterways are of two types, inland waterways and sea and oceanic routes. Inland waterways are formed through large navigable canals or rivers or lakes. Or we can say that inland waterways are the type of transport which is meant within the country. We can understand it by the name also. Inland means inside the country. One of the best example of inland waterways in India is Ganga-Brahmaputra river system. Next we are going to discuss about sea and oceanic routes. Sea and oceanic routes basically means the routes which are meant for trade but are through sea or ocean. These type of routes are basically meant for international trade. It is even very economical. Or we can say these type of waterways are very cheaper. In this type of routes, basically goods and people travel through huge ships. Goods are carried on these ships and are being taken from one place to another. These type of waterways are basically used for trade between different continents. And these sea and oceanic routes are connected to land through different ports, as in our country too. The southern part of India is a peninsula which consists of different ports. So these ports are very important as per trade between different continents with India. Next we are going to discuss about airways, which is the fourth means of transport. Airways are basically the fastest and the most expensive means of transport. And this type of transport is costly because of the cost of its fuel. Airways were developed in early 20th century. Now the people can reach to the remotest area or to the backward area of a place with the help of airways. Airways are generally very useful in every field. Basically, in the situation of any of the natural calamities, airways are the only sources through which we can provide help to the affected people. Airways generally helps in rescue operations during natural calamities. It even helps in dropping down the food items to the affected people and taking them from the affected place to the rescue camps. When we talk about airways, weather conditions are a big obstacle or barrier for air traffic. If the weather is foggy, stormy or heavy rain is there, it affects the air traffic and the transport through airways. Aeroplanes and helicopters, these are some of the common means of airways. Airways are connected from one place to another with the help of airports. Airports are constructed in all the important cities of the countries, which help in connecting one country with another country or one city with another city. In this way we can say that if a person wants to reach anywhere fast, then airways are the most common means of traveling fast and reaching the destination in a very less time. Now we are going to discuss about the third factor of human environment, that is communication. Communication basically means giving or taking messages, or we can say that process of sending messages and ideas from one person to another is termed as communication. As transport has played a very important role in the development of society and in exchanging the ideas, in the same manner, communication also plays a very important role in exchange of ideas among the people. In earlier times, normally humans and birds were used to communicate with each other. The people used to travel on foot or on horses with the messages from one place to another. And even birds were used. Messages were tied to the legs of the birds and they were being left in the open sky and they reaches to the destination. In this manner, in earlier times, messages were being sent from one place to another. Communication network can work at two levels, personal level and mass level. Personal communication means when communication is done with an individual, and mass level means when the ideas or knowledge is shared with a large number of people at instance. Or we can say that in a single time, when we are communicating with many people, that is termed as mass level communication. Nowadays, the old methods of communication has been replaced by new methods like television, email, computer, etc. Some of the means of communication like radio, television and newspapers, these are termed as mass media because these communication methods can communicate with a large number of people at the same time. These means of communication provide the information to a large number of people at the same time in every corner of the country. Nowadays, there are some revolutionary changes which are brought into the field of communication, and these changes are basically the introduction of internet, mobile phones, emails, etc. These type of means of communication helps in sending the messages with a click. Means within seconds the person can receive the message what we want to send to him. Nowadays even satellites are used as means of communication. Satellites generally help in doing different type of surveys, oil exploration, underground water, and even it helps in predicting about any of the natural disasters, or it provides us with the weather forecast. Even some satellites are education satellites which help in educating the children at different levels. So in this manner, our communication system has developed a lot and it has helped in development of human society and our world, which has resulted in bringing all the countries of the world onto the same level and helps in developing healthy and friendly relation among the nations. So with the advancement of transport and communication, whole world has come to a common platform. So now continuing with the chapter, we are going to discuss about global society. The term global society means converting whole globe or whole earth into a society. As we all are living together in a society with harmony and peace and are having friendly relations with each other. In the same manner, with the advancement of transport and communication, whole world has become a society. As in a society people are living with harmony, in the same manner, all the people belonging to different countries or to the different parts of the world are living with peace and harmony with each other. There are no conflicts among the countries. This development has also led to closer cooperation among the people on different bases like social, economical, cultural and political. These developments has helped us in mending our relations with all the countries. So the concept of strengthening the relations between the people of different countries in the world is termed as globalization. Globalization has led to better relations among the countries. It has helped us in developing our trade and even exchanging our ideas and culture with each other. As we have seen that there are many people, those who are visiting other countries. So when they visit, in this manner they carry their own culture with them. And as we are discussing about global society, so the people in other countries, they are also learning the culture of the people, those who are going there. In this manner, it has led to the sharing of ideas, thoughts, culture and religion even with each other. Along with globalization, we are moving towards the concept of global society. Global society basically aims at developing global social relations. It means developing relations among the people all around the earth. The main objective of this cooperation is to develop the qualities and capacity of each and every individual by giving him the freedom to get knowledge and experience from every corner of the world. As we have discussed that through internet and through satellite and mobile phones, we are connected to each and every person all around the world. In this manner, we can share our knowledge and experience with each and every person who is living in every corner of the world, which has in turn led to develop a society which is having good global social relations. These type of relations can be established between individuals, between governments of two countries, or even between the organizations. And the guidelines for setting up these relations between governments or between organizations is being stated by United Nations. As United Nations acts as a world government, so it is having the right to set up certain guidelines for each and every country so that all the countries can come up to a common platform and can have better social relations with each other. The basic idea of global society is to connect the people, institutions and services across the world. And this type of idea has resulted in eradicating poverty, developing peace among the countries, and even bringing economic and social equality. So as per this concept, we are developing equality among the people in the society and even in the world, and which in turn will lead to the development of a new pattern of living, a new system of settlement, which is more beneficial for human society and human life. In this manner, we can say that all these factors of human environment has enabled us to lead our country to the path of progress, and it has helped us in developing our own capacities and our own talents, due to which each and every individual is having the freedom to achieve his own dreams and to do whatever he or she wants. So with this we have completed with our chapter. So before winding up, let us discuss about some of the important points related to the part which we have studied today. Communication is the process of sending messages and ideas from one person to another. Waterways are of two types, that is inland waterways and sea routes. The strengthening of international relationship and contacts among the people of the world is termed as globalization. Means of communication like radio, television and newspapers are often called mass media. So this was all about the chapter. With this we are going to wind up today's class. Good day for now. Stay home, stay safe.